What's up guys, Excalibur here and welcome back to Star Ocean Anamnesis. So today we'll be taking a look at the Mushrooms moveset. He's the perfect boss for a Valentine's event, don't you think? I agree with whatever you just said. Alright, let's go. First up, we have Corkscrew Rush. So for this attack, the Toadstool reels back for a second and then he rushes towards his target. This attack can do a lot of damage. Luckily, it's very easy to avoid. Basically, whenever he reels back, that's when he locks his target. So at that point, if you sidestep it, you should be able to dodge it. You can outrun this very easily, and you have no reason to get hit by this. And then up next we have Corkscrew Stamp. This one is just as devastating as Corkscrew Rush. Luckily for us, it's just as easy to avoid. So he flies up into the air and a red circle will appear on the ground, and this circle shows the zone of impact. So as long as you get outside of that red circle, you should be able to avoid this. Just dash backwards once or twice and you should be able to get out of its reach. You could even run backwards and get away from it. And this attack has a lot of end lag on the Toadstool side, so make sure that you capitalize properly on that opening. And then he's also got Cube Support Window. This attack looks incredibly scary, but it's actually not that dangerous. Well, it does a lot of damage if you get hit by one of those wind blades, but it's very easy to dodge. So you can see a bunch of red lines appear on the ground, and these lines, they somehow form a pattern that has like 3 openings. We'll call these the cubes, and around all of these cubes you will get wind blades that fly across the sides, and after the first wave of wind blades has attacked, a tornado will spawn in the center of the arena, and there will be 3 more red lines that spawn in a Y formation, and then you will get another set of wind blades that go across those. But basically all you have to do is just stand inside of one of the cubes that's open, and then after that first wave has passed, dash away, because the other 3 lines will cover the areas that the cubes were initially occupying. And then up next we have Homing Sphere. This attack does not look that deadly, but it's actually very dangerous for a long-range character. So he flies up into the air, and then he will fire 3 projectiles that split into, I'm pretty sure, 4 other projectiles, and these other projectiles have a homing effect to them. So they will follow their target and kind of like circle the arena, or they will curve around the arena. Their homing effect is not that strong, so if you're standing underneath the Toadstool or as close to him as possible, then they should not be able to hit you. But if you're standing far away, then they can most certainly curve around and hit you. And then up next we have Poisonous Spore. So the Toadstool releases some poisonous gas, and this gas has the ability to poison you, and it also damages you. You can easily dodge this by moving backwards, but you have to be careful, because as long as the smoke is on the field, it can damage you and it has the chance to poison. So make sure that before you move back in, you wait for it to completely dissipate. But if I've learned anything from the Pumpkin Crypt Vine, it's that people are just going to stand inside of that poisonous gas, hoping that it doesn't poison them, and it does, and they die from it. So if you're going to do that, make sure you're running something like the Lunar Tier, which has the ability to cure status ailments by perfect evading. And then we have Swat, which alongside the Poisonous Spores attack is one of his other melee attacks. So all that happens with this attack is that he runs after you, and then when he gets close enough, he just claps his hands together, and it does a decent amount of damage. It's very fast, so sometimes you can't even dodge this completely, but the way to dodge this is just to dash backwards right before you see the attack come out, or you could even dash into the Toadstool to get closer to him so that you can start attacking him a little earlier, but that's a bit more dangerous. And then lastly we have Triangle Support Window, which is very similar to Cube Support Window, except it's a lot easier to dodge. So just like with Cube Support Windows, you get some lines that spawn on the ground, and then wind blades will travel across these lines. Except with Triangle Support Window, it's, as you would guess, the lines form a triangle, you get the wind blades, and then there will be a second triangle that's kind of like rotated a bit as opposed to the previous triangle, and then you will get some more wind blades, and then after that the attack is done. These triangles only cover the outer edges of the arena, so as long as you're standing in the center, you should be able to avoid this attack completely, and then you can start attacking the Toadstool again. His Enrage attack is called Extreme Hyperspeed, and it's just a power-up. Everything becomes a one-hit kill. And then he's also got the normal Hyperspeed, which I'm pretty sure all that does is just speed up his movements, but I'm not sure about that. Regardless, this boss is incredibly easy, but like I said, the Poisonous Spores attack, that one is gonna hurt some people on the higher difficulties. I can guarantee you that right now. So if you think you're going to get hit by that, run the Lunar Tear, for the love of God. Oh, and this also happened to me. I thought this was pretty funny, but hope that was helpful, and I guess we'll see you all next time. Peace!